in the pool at the Vancouver YMCA. Jen was a coach there, and I was part of the swimming team. Our first date was fun. It was very relaxing. It was easy to be around Jen.
I don't even remember, I don't think I even cared what movie was playing. I just wanted to spend time with him and to kind of discover who he was.
Oh yeah, I thought she was very attractive. She was beautiful.
But I just thought, wow, he's really cute.
After the first date, I called her every day just to say hi and see how she was doing.
When he used to call me every day around lunchtime, and I really liked that. Don proposed by taking me out to dinner. Next thing I knew, he put a box in front of me, so it was a nice surprise. I said yes.
We started having trouble in our marriage when our first child came along. It was very stressful. Brian, our son, was colicky, and I didn't do well with that.
So when Don would come home, he would get angry. It would scare me.
Jen would be very quiet when I got angry.
I don't think we communicated very well.
I felt very callous when I got angry, and it's not an easy thing to admit because it's embarrassing. I know that the way that I was behaving, the anger that was in my heart was driving Jen away. I left on March 25th. It was a Friday, 2004. Earlier that day, I went over to the club that we're members at, and I found that Jen was spending time with this fellow.
Well, when he came home that night, it was he was angry.
I know that the way that I was behaving, the anger that was in my heart was driving Jen away. She had closed up her spirit, and she couldn't keep her heart open any longer because it was just too hard.
And I knew he wasn't going to come home. And when he walked out that door, it felt like someone reached in and took my heart and just crushed it. I was terrified. I didn't want him to go. I loved my husband. That was very hard.
2 years after I left, our divorce was final.
I ended up dating this other fellow, and it all seemed really good, and we seemed really happy and everything on the surface, but it was torture. Inside, it was torture for me. I was not happy.
If I were to describe it, it was a scary time. It's like I had to go to that place to release the poison and the pain from my heart. And I found that through that is one of a few places that I met Jesus, that it helped me to soften my heart. Like he softened my heart, not me. He changed my heart.
My relationship with God was not very good. I was very angry with God. It was at that point that I laid down and I said, okay, God, I lay it down. I give up. What is it you need me to do? What do I need to do? I want you back in my life. I called Dawn, and I was just beside myself.
I asked her, point blank, I asked her, what is it that you want, Jen? And she repeated to me that I want my family back.
And he said, well, then let's do it. Let's get our family back. And I remember feeling like my legs gave out on me. I was totally shocked because I knew I had hurt him very deeply. And I didn't know if I could ever make up for that hurt that I have done. And for him to want to trust me, to put our family back together, I knew that was God. It was at that point I said, God, I'll do what you need me to do. And when Dawn said, let's get our family back, I said, are you for sure? Like, do you really mean that? And he said, Jen, I never stopped loving you. And I believed him because I'd never stopped loving him. So we got married 2 weeks later out in the mountains by the river in Canmore.
God has taken the anger and the pain out of my heart, and He's put Himself in there. I've opened those doors and allowed Him in there, and I still on occasion will get frustrated and get angry, but it's nowhere near what it was before. And I have Him to go to and to talk it through with Him and reason it out.
Our relationship is very different now. It's more, I think, maybe what we wanted, or perhaps more what God intended it to be. The anger that Don has is gone. He's completely changed. He's become more the guy that I fell in love with. I think more the person that God intended him to be.
I'm just so glad that God has placed it in my heart to love and honor and to cherish this beautiful lady that He's blessed me with.
There's no better feeling than to have your family back again. Only God could have done that.
I will call Jen sometime during the day, and she usually doesn't answer because she's busy, and I will leave a message that I just called to tell you, honey, that I love you. Goodbye.